Alexis, you're on mute.
Thank you. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done this. My apologies. Welcome to another edition of Afro News at Noonish. It is Monday, May 19th, and we are here with some weekend headlines and some highlights that caught our attention. I'll start off here. News of the day includes the unfortunate report that former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Over at the Afro, we are sending our healing prayers and our thoughts to the former commander in chief, who is 82 years old. I think that this is the perfect time to take a second and just encourage all the men listening out there to go and get screened for prostate cancer. We know that 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed. That's 1 in 8 white men. The numbers for Black men say that 1 in 6 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. And Black men are also twice as likely to die from prostate cancer when compared to other demographics. That information is coming from the Prostate Cancer Foundation. So this week, we're going to kick it off with a message to all of the men. Please, please, please go get screened. Screening saves lives, and the lives that are saved are from our community. Your life could be saved. It just takes not even 10, 15 minutes to go get that screen done. So our message to the men, please get checked. Our family members depend on the Black men in the community, and we don't want to see another life lost that could be saved from a simple screening. I will switch gears here. I had an amazing time this weekend at the 150th Preakness Stakes. This took place at the Pimlico Racecourse. It was a historic event, not just because it is Preakness, the second jewel in the Triple Crown, but also because there are renovations that are coming. And this 150th Preakness was the last time that it will be held in what is known as the Pimlico Racecourse. There are renovations coming, and so if you want to know more about that, catch our coverage of the inaugural Preakness Festival that took place in the week leading up to the stakes. All of that is on afro.com. Miss Megan Sales contributed a really thorough piece on the economic impact of the stakes, and it was definitely felt this year. It was a beautiful sight to see all of the different Black businesses that were a part of it. On the Afro Preak side, it was nice to see all of the Black leadership out in full force. I spoke with so many people who said that this was their first Preakness Stakes, which is crazy because a lot of the people who I spoke with were Baltimore natives, some of them even from the Park Heights area. And this was their first year actually getting a chance to go and just enjoy the atmosphere of the stakes. And several people gave credit to First Lady Dawn Moore for really expanding into the community with this event, welcoming in the community, making sure that the people who are surrounding the race course are included in the race, the happenings that are taking place associated with the race. So it was a beautiful event to see everyone in their suits and their hats and their dresses and their gloves. So thank you to all of our photographers and reporters who helped out with that coverage. I will pass it off to Ms. Tashi McQueen. What do you have for us?
Yes, so a bit of a disappointing news, but despite the efforts and hopes of the Maryland General Assembly, on May 16th, Governor Wes Moore decided to veto a bill that would have created a commission to study reparations for Maryland on the state level. Study reparations for slavery on the state level. The bill had been passed with enough support to potentially override the veto during the next session. That is, if all members who voted for the bill do decide to vote to override the governor's veto as well. In the letter that the governor released explaining his reasoning for the vetoing of the bill, he stated that numerous studies already exist, and that he believes now is the time to instead focus on implementing tangible solutions. He also emphasized focusing on direct actions such as reducing the racial wealth gap, improving homeownership rates, and supporting Black entrepreneurs over, again, forming that study commission. The Legislative Black Caucus of Maryland, which championed the bill this session, viewed it as a major priority and voiced their disappointment with the decision, believing that the formal study would have laid the groundwork for reparative justice here in Maryland. They also emphasized that this initiative would have aligned the state with others like California and New York City, which have already established reparations commissions. So definitely be on the lookout for what happens with that in the coming year.
Thank you. Very important coverage of that, Tashi. And you can check out the different opinions on afro.com as it relates to that veto. All right, Miss Megan Sales, what do you have?
Yeah, so I actually have some DC education news to share today. Tonight at 6 p.m., the DC Public Charter School Board will vote on a proposal from New U University to launch a tuition-free early college public charter school in the district. The model would combine the last 2 years of high school with the first 2 years of college and allow students to earn up to 80 college credits before they even graduate high school. Students could then complete their bachelor's degree in majors like entrepreneurship, sustainability, psychology, and computer and data science in just one additional year at New U University in DC. So basically, by the time that they're 19, they're ready to enter the workforce, or they could go on to a master's program or a doctoral program. The model for New U Early College Public Charter School was designed to tackle, the high cost and time barriers of traditional college by offering an affordable, accelerated path to a degree. It especially, seeks to benefit low income and first generation students in the DMV. And if approved, the school will open its doors this fall. I know, at least for me, my student loans keep me up at night. It is a constant concern for me, and it's a constant concern for a lot of my peers, and whether they're older or younger than me. I definitely think I would have taken advantage of something like this if I was able to. So I'm just very interested to see how it plays out. I have a story on afro.com right now that provides more details on New U's approach and the model, but I'm going to be tuning into the board meeting tonight to see how the vote goes. So updates to come on that for sure.
Thank you for that, Megan. And speaking of college and education, we'll close out here with a congratulations to all of the graduates. I know Morgan State University, over 1,000 people walked across that stage and earned their degree this past weekend. So congrats to all of the graduates across the country, but especially at the HBCUs. Good work. And we just wish you well in the next phase of your career, whether you're going on to a job or continuing your education for another degree. All right, thank you for that. That concludes another edition of Afro News at Noonish. Check out all of this coverage on afro.com.